We are here with another video, and this video is regarding recent common issues during the PLAB booking. And yeah, this is kind of an update to my previous video where I have talked about how to avoid the card issues and how to do a billing information. What are the common mistakes that we do during a PLAB 1 examination booking. And today we are going to talk about the common issues recently faced during the PLAB 1 examination booking. This is kind of constellation of the problems faced by the different doctors around the world. I've tried to incorporate a lot of issues as much as I could and solution to those problems as well. So without further ado, let's jump into the topic. Before that, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Saran. I'm one of the doctor from Nepal and currently trying to get into NHS. So before you start your booking, what I want to suggest, and it is not actually me, what GMC suggests is, you can read the announcement here for a lot of users experiencing issues accessing the GMC online. So what I personally suggest before you start your booking is make sure that the step one is there. That is, you are using your up-to-date browser. And please, if you have not updated, especially those who are booking from the iPad, mobile phone, or any other devices, we have a tendency to not to update the browser. And if you are booking from those devices, make sure that your browsers are up to date. It is very crucial. And the next very important process before you start your booking is step 3. That is, you might want to clear your cache, because the cache is something that our browser stored, especially the data uh, uh, you know uh, that require to access the details. And if you do not clear those data, this might interfere with the current booking process. So you want to clear your cache of your browser. And how to do that? You just want to press Control H if you are accessing from the computer. And if you press that, you can see all the histories that you have recently accessed. And in there in the top right corner, you can see that there is a option to clear the history, and that includes the cache. So if you don't know yet, or if you are confused, you can just Google it, how to clear cache from the browser. And this is very important process. I highly suggest to clear cache before you start your booking process. And other advice that JMC have announced is you might want to try to restart your device or close your browser and reopen, or try the link again. So the step 1 and step 3 are very important before you start your even you start your booking process. So updated browser and clearing your cache before you click the link or start a booking process, and you want to be prepared. All right. So the first problem that a lot of users or doctors have faced is the provided link did not work, or opened, or it keeps on loading while you click. Something like this you can see in the screen, loading the GMC online. And the first of all, you want to wait to the queue. This might be a queue, and if it takes a lot of time, then it is a problem. And you might face this kind of issues, like I wasn't able to open the account via the link. So I have opened through their website. This is what they are saying. Is it okay? Somebody is asking something like that. And yes, it is okay. So I'm going to give a solution to this problem. Actually, the GMC says that if the link is not working via the email you have received, you want to log in to the GMC online via our website to gain access to the waiting room. So what you want to do is you want to copy that link either to the browser, and you can access to the GMC online, or you can directly go to the GMC website, and from there, in the top right corner you can see a GMC online, and you can directly log in as usual if the link is not working. All right. And sometimes you might want to try changing the browser as well. And next issues a lot of doctors faced is internal server error, and it looks something like this. The internal server error, and this is due to server overload. And in this situation, what you might want to do is like what you want to do is you might want to like copy paste the provided link to the different browser to access. You try to clear your cache, and you try a different browser. And also what you can do is directly log in from the GMC website. If nothing works, you can access your GMC account from there. And in this process, what a lot of users do is like they access their GMC website or log in from the different devices, and they'll end up locking their account. And if your account is locked, there is no way it will either open automatically, or you want to contact to the GMC ASAP from the their social media handle, or you might want to call them to unlock your account, explaining the reason. And in the internal server error, these are the same advice that GMC given you. You want to try this, as I've already explained. Try a different browser, update your browser, clearing your cache, or close your browser and try to reopen the link again. All right. And these are the same thing. And next issues, you know, next issues are faced by a lot of users is I booked the date but did not get the confirmation. You have booked your date, successfully paid, but you have not uh, you are not able to get the confirmation right away, or you have not charged for it immediately. So if you face this sort of problems, so what you want to do is let's read the problem. Okay, I booked the date and get a confirmation as well, but have not charged, and this could be another problem. So to this problem, the solution is you know don't panic. You have to wait in this situation because the server is overloaded with a lot of other users and doctors who are trying to book their examination or secure their seat. And it is due to the server overload, and it is very likely because of the server overload, and the system is processing your payment. And what you want to do is you just wait. Your payment will be processed, and that will take around 30 minutes, and at least it is done once the all the booking process is over. And so in between that time, what you might want to do is check your my test section and see if there is a booked exam that you have. The exam that you have recently booked will appear or not. If it appears, then you do not need to worry. If did not appear, you might want to watch for a 20 or 30 minute, and you you might want to confirm that with GMC. And while you like what I want to suggest is whenever you get a successful payment dialog, or you completed your process and you'll get this dialog, your payment is successful, uh, then you want to take that screenshot or a photo, uh, for the evidence, just in case you face this kind of problem, and you can explain this situation to the GMC. And hopefully the system will not make a mistake or error in this kind of a situation. But yes, it is always to be better to be prepared. Just if you get a successful payment dialog, just keep a photo or screenshot for the evidence, and you check in the my test section whether your booked examination appeared or not. And if it appeared, you do not need to worry. And after you make a successful payment, it will take a while, like 20 or 30 minutes, to get a confirmation as well as get your payment deducted. All right. And let's jump into the very important section, that is common card issues. And these are update, and I'm going to just talk about the update to the previous video. You want to see this video or this video that I've already published, but yeah, update to that. What I want to suggest is, if you ever face like a general decline of the card or payment error during your booking process, please do not panic. You have a time to book that examination for 20 or 20 minutes or so. So if your card is declined, do not panic. And to prevent that, the best solution is to ask someone who is abroad, like if somebody is in UK, your family or friends, like UK, USA, Ireland, Canada, or Australia or Dubai. You can ask them to pay for on your behalf, or you can ask for the details, or you can take a permission to use their card and book your examination through their card, because the transaction were smooth and there are very less likely chance that you will get declined. And it doesn't matter what kind of card. I especially recommend a Visa or debit card rather than the credit card, because the success rate is quite high with the debit card. And if it is credit card, it is well and good. There are a lot of my friends as well who have booked their examination with the credit cards. So what what is the solution to this problem? To avoid this, the best and first and foremost solution is to ask somebody abroad rather than in these Southeast Asian countries. And yeah, because the card from these countries, the transaction is quite smooth. And next thing is, keep in mind that some of these cards send the OTP whenever you perform the transaction. So make sure the other person is standby to give you that OTP code. And yeah, for the details, please look another video regarding the payment process, or avoiding the card issues. And next solution is keep 2 or 3 cards, and in this 2 or 3 card, it is it is wise to keep a different card type, like one is Visa, one is credit card. And if possible, try to keep from a different bank. And this way you have a high rate of doing a successful payment or transaction. If one card fails, then the card from another bank might be successful. So what you want to do, first thing, if possible, ask someone abroad, like from UK or USA or Ireland or Canada or Australia. And next solution is, if you are booking from your home country, like Southeast Asian countries especially, or any other country, it is wise to keep 2 or 3 cards, and preferably from a different card type and different bank if possible. All right. And the next thing I want to tell is, please visit your nearest branch, and to inform about your transaction beforehand, because this will save a lot of time. You'll get the information whether their card is working or not. And you just don't want to go to like front desk of the bank and talk to them. There is a separate section in each bank for the to look after these cards and transaction, international transactions. So you might want to talk to them, and especially in this card section, and they will look after your problems, or they will suggest you how you can perform those transactions. And these are from the previous videos. I'm going to just cram through it, because the other reasons for your card decline is, check if you have entered the information correctly. That includes your name, age, address, like a name, last name, address line, city name, and country country and card number. You might want to check the expiry date. And yeah, and these information are related to the card, not to your GMC account or not your personal details. These are the details that is written on the card that is related to the card whenever the card is issued. And the next thing is you want to check your balance, whether in your account, whether you have enough fund, or whether you have not reached your credit card limit before you perform the transaction. And the conversion factor or conversion rate plays a role, and you might want to convert those amount into the USD or GBP and see if it is enough to perform the transaction. And also it is very important that to keep a little bit of excess amount in your account, because you will be charged for those transactions. So if it's just enough to book the examination, it might fail to perform the transaction, because you'll be charged for those transactions and you need to have a little bit of extra amount to perform the transaction. And yes, the solution to that is always to go to your nearest branch and talk to check if it is possible or if it is enough. And next thing is very important thing is to enable the online transaction, be it domestic or international transaction. Make sure that it is enabled, because by default the international transaction especially are disabled for the safeguard of the customer. And make sure that it is enabled for your card. You can see that from your bank app, or you can talk to your bank, or you can see it from the mobile your mobile phone or mobile app. And the next thing is to check your transaction limit, because there is a daily limit you can perform, or a maximum amount you can transact to the foreign country or international transaction. There are different policies for a different bank and a different country, and you also want to consider those things before you perform the transaction. And yeah, these are all detail discussed in detail in my previous video, so you want to look on those. And this is something this looks like something you have an international transaction limit or domestic limits in your card, and you can access these through your website or a mobile app. And yeah, these are discussed detail in my previous video, so look after that. And your bank could be suspicious of the transaction, so it is important to inform your bank beforehand. And other issues, other reason for your card decline is see if your card is blocked or you have a right card type, your international transaction is enabled. See the gist and take home message for a video and update to my previous video is this one. To avoid the card payment error, it is wise to ask someone who is abroad, like UK, USA, Ireland, Canada, or Australia, your friends or family, to pay on your behalf, or ask them the card details to perform the transaction with the permission. You can use their card, and you can have a smooth transaction if possible. And it is wise to keep 2 or 3 cards, preferably from a different bank or different card type if possible. And yeah, the details are always related to the card, not to your GMC. If the card is not yours, you might want to fill up all those details that is related to the card, and all those things are discussed in my previous video. You might want to see that video as well. And there is complete information. So the gist of this video is ask someone abroad if possible to prevent the general card decline or payment error for the small transaction.